Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. The Manufacturing Alliance podcast is back. We have been gone for a hot minute, just looking for guests and trying to see what the future is going to look like, what we're going to talk about, who that's going to be. But then something amazing happened, and we're going to have a show today dedicated about the idea of being made for more and why that's really, really important. So, if you're here with us, I appreciate you being here with us. And when I say us, it's not just me talking in the third person about me because I'm crazy. It is me and our guest later on after we get into this. But before that, I want to throw a couple things out there. First, thank you for watching and being here. This is a live show, so if it's bad, I apologize in advance. Just let me know what I need to do better, and I'll work on it. I really will work on it. But for today, this is what you're going to get. We had a great golf outing. Thank you, everybody that came out and participated. It was amazing. Med Device Boston was fantastic. We did a lot of good interviews with people in the industry, and I learned a lot of great things. So thank you all for being there and being part of that. It was really, really great to see you all. The Plastics Conference, fantastic. They always do a good job. Again, met a lot of people, got to hang out with some amazing people and learn a lot of stuff. All of those events were great. We have two events coming up. That's right. We have two events coming up. The first one is next Friday. It is the Christians in Manufacturing Prayer Breakfast from the TMA. It's the 49th annual prayer breakfast, so that's kind of a big deal. It's November 7th at 7:45 at Judson University. It's an amazing morning full of testimonials and prayer and worship and manufacturing people. So that is going to be a good time. And I get to speak. They're actually people aren't tired of me talking. And so they're going to let me speak. We're going to talk about Ephesians 2:10 and the idea that we are his workmanship created in Christ Jesus to do the things that God set out beforehand for us to walk in. So that's what we're going to be talking about. It's going to be a great time. I hope that you can make it. Just go and register. There's a QR code on the screen, or just go to the TMA website and you can find it and register. But you need to register so that we know how much breakfast to have. So you should do that. And then the next thing is the thing that Megan and I are going to be talking about today. It's the Made for More event for Jake Warren, for Brian and Jake Warren. And that is November 20th. It's going to be at the TMA headquarters. They're nice enough to let us do that. And we're going to talk all about this. But there's a QR code on the screen. We're going to bring this up again later once Megan comes on. We're going to talk about it for a majority of the day. And when I say day, I mean the next, 30, 40 minutes and what that looks like. So I'm going to bring Megan on and we're just going to jump into some stuff, but those are events that you should do and look at and talk about. And I know that you might be tired. If you're tired, get yourself some shop floor coffee. They love to support and give back to local charities with the purchases that are made, the profits of the purchases that are made. So go to shopfloorcoffee.com, put in the coupon code ALL10 and get a discount and support an amazing coffee brand. I don't drink coffee. I hear it's great. I've never heard anybody complain about it. And people like to complain about stuff and they'll find any reason to complain about stuff. So no complaints means thumbs up and positive. But for me, not a coffee drinker. Sorry. It smells great. All right, Megan, let's bring Megan in because she's fun to talk to. Come on. There you go.
Hi.
There's my friend.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
Besides being slightly under the weather.
I'm good. It's the middle of the week. My kids have their Halloween parties tomorrow. They have Friday off. So they're super excited to do all of the festivities. We've been carving pumpkins this week and making pumpkin seeds and fighting off whatever sinus stuff is going on around in our house. And then I've been training for my marathon that I'm running, which is kind of related because it's for St. Jude's Hospital, which is the hospital that does a lot of research for kids who have cancer. So I won't be running just for the young girl, Austin, I believe is her name. My cousin got me to sign up for their team, but I'll also be running for Jake Warren. So
that's
awesome.
How's the training going?
It's intense. It's pretty cool. I've been learning a lot, kind of applying the things that I'm learning through training to also like manufacturing and
Yep.
just being a better human. But I
Mm.
have this running app that's the Nike Run app, and I do the guided run. So I have someone talking in it's like listening to a podcast basically while you're running, but it also can go over the music that you're playing
Okay.
because my ADHD can't get enough
I get it.
sensation, so I need music and someone talking at the same time. But it's really cool about like I get to listen to other elite runners who've done marathons, who've broken records, and then this Nike coach that talks in my ear. He's like an elite marathon runner too, so it's just cool to get tips and how to. I never thought to get faster you had to run relaxed.
Mm.
I never got that until recently. It's weird. It's a
Yeah,
weird
you
thing.
gotta like let your shoulders go, let your hands open up, let your face just like
Yeah,
open your jaw. You gotta be comfortable. Any little bit
yeah,
of tension creates tension.
and just calm. You just
Yeah.
have to be so it's like another Zen state. It's weird. It's really weird, but I like it and it's interesting. I probably will try to do this again, which was when I first started this, I was like, I'm such an idiot. Why am I doing this? This is like dumb. Like
Yeah.
who likes running? Who enjoys it? And now I actually kind of dig running.
It is a very mind cleansing thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, when the first time I ran, was it the first? I think it was the first time I did Chicago. I was training, and it was around the same time my mom got diagnosed with lymphoma,
Mm.
and so those long training runs were so good for me, like mentally, not just physically, but mentally, they were so good for me, and I spent a lot of that time like praying and thinking and
Yeah.
just like there's no distractions besides the pain. But um and it was the same kind of thing where I dedicated that race to my mother, and like she's going through chemo, and or she was going through chemo. She's alive. She was going through chemo at the time and all the drugs and everything. And so like for me to think that I was in pain doing something that I wanted to do, and oh no, this hill is hard. Oh, boo hoo, right? Like
Get over it. Yeah.
get over it. You got for you like these kids that are dealing with life changing things, and you're worried about a hill or like
Yeah.
a little cramp. And it's just like when you have a purpose and you have a why behind it, it makes all those things so much easier.
Yeah, but it's also interesting because I think it emphasizes how much strength is in the concept of belief and like
Mm,
how much strength you can gain from just telling yourself you can do something. So it's that mind over matter kind of thing. And there's a lot of people out there like when you said people like to complain just to complain, it kind of aligns with that. If you hang out with a bunch of negative nannies all the time, you're probably not going to really enjoy life or like it. But then if you can align yourself with more positive, optimistic types of mindsets, your life gets that much better. So if you can do the same thing on an individual level where you're telling yourself, this isn't as bad, it's just kind of amazing how you can strengthen your mental state as well as your physical state and the stuff you can get
yeah.
through.
And they say all the time, right? Like you are the sum total of like the 5 people that you hang around with the most.
Yeah.
And so you have to be careful, and you got to look at who's in your circle and who
Yeah.
you're letting into your space, because they do have an effect on your well-being and your person and your health and your
Mhm.
mental capacity and all of those things. And as much as we can know who we are and whose we are, it does make it hard to keep a positive mental attitude if you're constantly being broken down by other people.
Yeah. I tell those people to kick rocks. Then I move on, then I move on with my day. I don't have time for it anymore.
No, no. It's and that's what you need to do, but so many people are afraid to do that and hurt their feelings or whatever that looks like. But um that's awesome. I think it's great that you're actually enjoying it, because I remember when you first started the training process, you were not loving every minute of it.
Mm-mm. No. I mean, even this week with being sick, I was like, "Oh, I really don't want to do this." But once I started running and like getting further into the run, it's amazing how much better I felt, even though I'm not 100% because I'm sick. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just get up and run.
Yeah. Well, and it's like you and I talked about this, right? And this is not a running special today, but
No.
um, you have to prepare for those long runs. You have to
Mhm.
practice for those long runs. You have to have a slow build up, right? Like I'm sure, what are you doing, like a 10% increase or a 5% increase?
Yeah, it just depends on each run. So every week I do up to 5 runs, and
Okay.
then, there's, like, 3 recovery runs, 1 speed run, which could be like a fartlek or interval run or a tempo run, and then at the end of the week, I do my long run. So
Yep.
this weekend, I have to do 20 some miles, which I'm a little nervous for because I haven't really been doing 100% on these recovery runs because I have been sick.
Yep.
Um, but again, I think it just builds up your stamina, and it's interesting because it can help you with your mind shift as well too. So like, how do you go from a negative mindset to a positive mindset? So like, how do you go from maybe sprinting to holding it back just a little bit so you can reserve that energy and then build it up again so you can start sprinting again later on? Because I was always coming hot out of the gate, like
Mm,
try to sprint. But now as you see my training, you can see that I'm keeping a consistent pace, and
right.
yeah, it's weird.
It's all learning, right? And when you put those things together, it makes sense, right? And it
Yeah.
just go from a manufacturing perspective. Like you cannot run your machines at 100% all the time and expect them to last for the day or years.
Yeah.
You have to run them the way that they need to be run on a regular basis. And you have to
Mhm.
give them the oil that they need, and you have to give them the maintenance that they need, and you got to give them the, like, all the stuff. You got to do all the stuff, and our bodies are the same way.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's awesome. I'm glad that you're doing it, because
Thanks.
you learn a lot about yourself
You
in
do.
a long run like that.
You do. Absolutely. And a lot about life in general.
Mhm.
So,
One of the things that always blows my mind is the human capacity when you start doing something like that, right? And you see, like, you start out and you think, there's no way that I'm gonna run a marathon. I don't want to do that. Like, I don't even know how to do that. I don't think my body's physically capable to do those things. And then you just remember that we were created to do those things. Or you see somebody doing parkour, and how
yeah.
amazing it is to see what the human body can do and is capable of. And then you look around and you see, like, the people that are just really stagnant and not reaching close to their full capacity, and you think, man, what could we actually do as human beings if we lived up to our full potential, both, physically,
Yeah.
mentally, spiritually? What are we capable of? What does that actually look like? And it's amazing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
People probably look at me and think that about intelligence. Like, why? Why are you not pushing yourself? You should
I
be
don't
so much
think that's
smarter
true.
than this.
No, I think you enjoy life. You're one of those people that really enjoys life, and you appreciate each moment. From me getting to hang out with you, and know, like, you really do, like,
Yeah.
take every moment and try to enjoy it as much as possible, which is cool because not many people do that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Hmm.
So let's talk about made for more. The idea of made for more. What's going on?
Yeah, so this was your idea, and I was really excited that you texted me one day and asking if we could do it because I like. For those of you tuning in, if you do not follow Brian Warren, please do. He was a CNC machinist instructor.
Hmm.
I think he's still doing that for the time being, but within the next month or so, he's done, like, retiring or something early. But his son has been battling cancer for the last couple of years. He was first diagnosed at 2, I believe,
Yeah.
and just not like too far off. He rang the bell. He was considered to be in remission. He did his Make-A-Wish trip to Disney World, which was super exciting and amazing to see on LinkedIn.
Hmm.
But then, like within a month or so after that, they brought him in and they almost lost him.
Yeah.
And I've spoken to Brian before. I think it's really admirable that his wife Marsha quit her job to be by Jake's side full time. Like, what mother wouldn't do that?
Yep.
Um, they also have a daughter. I think Bree is her name. Bree.
Okay.
But they also have her, and it's hard being a parent, a working parent in general. But then when something happens with your kid that you don't have control over, I can't imagine the way that Marsha and Brian feel. And then they have their daughter as well too.
Yep.
So it's a lot of like checks and balances. But I think with Jake's situation, Brian puts this on LinkedIn all the time. He talks about how, like, medically he should still not be here
Right.
because of all the medical science and facts and stuff. But it's amazing how much their story has brought so many people together.
Hmm.
And not just so many Christians, but people who aren't Christians, and people who don't probably generally pray all the time.
Hey, Brian's
Um,
with us.
Hi, Brian. It is Bree. I said Bree. Okay,
You
I was
did.
right.
You did.
Woohoo! That's what coffee gets you. See, you should drink coffee, Tony. But I think it's amazing how his story, like, brought everyone together, specifically in manufacturing too, because I always brag about that part of manufacturing. The people in this sector are, the salt of the earth type of people. And when, something goes wrong with somebody that they work with, it's amazing how quickly people get together to make sure that they're okay. And I've witnessed it in person too at some of the factories I worked at a long time ago. Like, the camaraderie that's in manufacturing is just really, really special and unique. And I just think that, Brian sharing his story on a social media platform, look how many people he brought together, and they're all over the
Right.
United States. And I've had a couple friends call me up just crying, like, this is happening. What do we do? And I'm like, we just got to keep praying and
Yeah.
hoping, for the best. And Jake's still with us, which is, I love seeing his pictures where he's smiling and playing with things. Like, yeah, as a mom, my heart just aches from that whole situation. I just think they're the coolest family ever, and I'm big fans. So whatever we can do to help, because everybody knows the healthcare in this country is weird, and things aren't cheap, and you don't want to have that extra added stress of trying to worry about finances when this is happening to your own child. So whatever we can do to help, I'm on board with. And whoever can help, appreciate you. And yeah, you will be on my good list for the rest of my life. I have lists.
And here's what I'll tell you. You don't want to be on her bad list.
No,
So,
you know.
like, if it's either one or the other, you want to be on the good list, because the bad list, woohoo.
Come join the good list.
Yes. Yes. And I agree with you, right? Like, we've been following Brian and Jake's story for a long time. I think last summer he was on the podcast because, we had seen what was going on. And, I thought all the stuff he was doing was really cool, especially as we're talking about next generation students getting into the industry and figuring out what that looks like. And, his passion is teaching kids how awesome that this industry is, and wanting them to be able to accomplish things and do things. And he's constantly doing more, right? He's giving more, he's doing more, he's teaching more. And it's a passion of his. And on top of that, taking care of business while his wife is with Jake, and looking after their daughter Bree, and doing all those things. Like, he's living this idea of Made for More
Yeah.
every single day. And more than that, like, so many people feel like whatever it is that they're going through, they have to do it in a vacuum. And they're I don't know if it's ashamed or embarrassed. I don't think it's the right place to do it, or they don't want to ask for help or whatever that looks like. And they just keep everything to themselves. And it's a disservice to everybody else around you if you're doing that.
Mhm.
And Brian has just like, he's opened up his heart and the floodgates of being able to go on this journey with him and his family and with Jake. And like you said, everybody is just pouring in love for them, because let's face it, it's a kid with a horrible disease. Like if you can't get behind that, like what are you doing? Like
Yeah.
how do you not have an empathetic heart for that?
Well, and the thing is, like, I remember when Brian first started posting about this, and there's this saying that goes around LinkedIn where, oh, LinkedIn, this isn't Facebook, this is
Yes.
LinkedIn. And no, because our personal lives do affect our work lives.
Mhm.
And I think showing that type of vulnerability is showing the human side of manufacturing, which I think we need more now than ever because everything's trying to be so automated and people are forgetting about the people who actually make and design these things. So
Yep.
I think it's a breath of fresh air to see that type of vulnerability. And, one of the things I kept saying when I reshared some of his stuff, like, I have over 13,000 followers. If each of them just donated $1,
Right.
that's over $13,000.
Right.
So I'm not asking for anything more than $1 if every single one of my followers would just donate something. And if you can get that spread across, like there's a lot of people in manufacturing that you and I know who have over 30,000 followers, I
Yeah.
know uh, one of them has over 100,000 followers. So like just think of how much that $1 could
Right.
go in supporting their mission. So I think, yeah, if if you want to do something just as simple as that, it really does change your mood for the rest of the day because you at least tried something. And I think what you're doing here with this idea, I think is amazing because Illinois, especially with the TMA, like you mentioned the prayer breakfast that you guys are leading, they do have a strong
Yeah.
Christian base in manufacturing. And I think that's really, really cool because sometimes people don't want to talk about their beliefs or what they do on a spiritual level, and I think we need more of that
Hmm.
now than ever.
And I think not all manufacturers have a faith, right? But I think it is pretty prevalent. It's pretty regular. You just need an opportunity for the door to open to be able to talk about it and talk
Yeah.
freely.
Well,
Um,
and I'm not like trying to convert anyone either. Like I still believe in good karma. I believe if you are someone that identifies as an atheist or an agnostic, you can still give well wishes to someone, and
of
that
course.
goes a long way too. So like I feel like a lot of people get anxious or awkward about these types of conversations because they feel like, oh, they're trying to convert me or make me something that I'm not. It's like, no, we just want you to be a good human being and like give where you can and not just take all the time. That's like the main point behind it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. To love other people, right? Not think less of yourself, but think of yourself less.
yeah, I
And
like that. You should put that on a shirt.
if I came up with it,
I
I would,
love
but I
it.
don't think I'm not the originator.
Oh, I'd have to Google that.
But it's true, right? Um, we tend to make everything about ourselves, and it doesn't need to be about ourselves. We
Mm-mm.
need to be able to pour into other people and allow them to have success and find success in whatever that looks like. And so, the it was amazing watching Jake getting healthy and then ring the bell and see all the excitement around it. And like you said, the Make a Wish at Disney and all those things were super encouraging and exciting. And then I think it was like 2 weeks. Brian will correct us, when they had the scare,
Yeah.
and the doctors basically said you should say goodbye to your son. That this isn't going to work out. That
I think
uh,
they even presented Brian and Marsha with a DNR.
yes, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And Brian said, no, right? Like, no, my son is stronger than that. And honestly, my God is bigger than that, and prayer works. And he threw it out on LinkedIn. And I mean, this wasn't the first time that people heard the story, but the story just continued.
Yeah.
And what I think is amazing is that, and again, whatever you believe is what you believe. I'm telling you what I believe. What
Mhm.
I believe and what I think is amazing is that God really does use the weakest to show his strength. Here you have a 4-year-old boy who doesn't have strength on his own, who's sick and in a bad spot. And God uses this kid and his experience and his journey to bring people from across the country and really across the world together to Brian's words, right? Like pray for the first time, or go back to church for the first time, or go to church to pray specifically for Jake. And without this story, none of that happens, right? And so you don't think like, man, I'm glad this happened to you, Jake, because this is, this is good otherwise. But man, how cool is it that God can use this thing to impact so many people in such a big way, and allow that story to continue and bring people to faith and bring people to giving and doing more and living for more and recognizing what that looks like.
Mhm. Like, just to see the emotional attachment that a lot of people have with this story is incredible.
Yeah.
It's like it yeah, like I said before, I've had people call me in tears because 'cause they're like, "What?" I've I had one particular call me, and she was like, "I just didn't know who else to call because I know you follow this story just as much as I do. So I didn't feel like I would be judged for calling you and crying." And I'm like, "I'm not gonna judge you. Like you need to cry." We cried on the phone, and
Yeah.
just yeah, it was pretty amazing. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited about this event. So it's not just going to be, one of those events where you come and, just pray. There's also going to be conversations and,
Yep.
and music and food and drinks. Like it really is a community event to bring people together in faith, specifically people in manufacturing, because we have such an awesome community. So I'm super excited to do this. I hope you figured out the live aspect because I was telling people they could probably tune in live because there's a lot of people that wanted to. So I probably just put extra pressure on your
I
team.
think it's going to be a lot like this. Like,
Okay, that's cool.
we'll set up a camera. I mean, we have proven that we can do live. I know
Yep.
that TMA has Wi-Fi, and it's decent
Okay.
Wi-Fi. And so um, we're going to have an opportunity we'll have a camera set up. It'll be something that can, we can move the camera, we can do what we want to do. But the vision for this is, how can we do a thing that brings attention to Jake and to his story and his whole family's story, because it's not just Jake that's going through it. It's all of them, right? It's Brian,
Mhm.
it's Marsha, it's Bree, it's all of them together as a family unit that are going through this together. And
Yeah.
so, how do we do something together? And the I called you and I was like, hey, listen, I know that you care about this. I don't have I have an idea, but I have no details and no thoughts, and I don't know what to do next. This is what I've got. This is the thing that popped in my head. What do you think? And you were like, I love it. What do you need me to do? And I was like, I don't know. I just told you I have no details, no other thoughts. I just think that there's a time and a place to do a thing. And the time is now. The place is here, and we got to do a thing. We got to help out. We have to do something for people to be able to come together, express their thoughts, feelings, emotions, pray, worship, and then it's continuing to morph, right? So now we have the opportunity to bring in some people to speak and talk about, something that's going on in their life, or something that they had to get through, and just bring people some hope and some healing in ways that would not normally or otherwise be there.
Right. I love it. I'm so excited. I cannot wait.
Yeah, so it's
I
it's
can't wait.
it's earlier in the day. It's 3:30, because we understand that people have kids. They've got responsibilities at home. They got to get home. they want to do those things also. So it'll be 3:30 to 5:30. It's in Schaumburg, Illinois. There is going to be some food, not like sit down, you know,
No,
chicken breast dinners and stuff, but we're going to
no.
have some appetizers, some finger food, some light food. There'll probably be some drinks there. Who knows? Haven't decided yet. I'm not a detailed person. This is like, we're figuring it out as we go along. It's free to come.
Mhm. I think there's also going to be a chance for like raffle baskets
Yep.
too, because right, isn't that what Jenna's working on? So
Yep.
like she's actually going to places around that community and seeing if they can donate a basket, and then we can do all that fundraising for Jake. So I
Yeah.
always love the baskets at fundraisers. I think they're really cool, and it's interesting to see how each business represents their brand. So
Yes.
I just think that's cool. I know that's not related, but I'm a marketing person, so I got
Yeah.
to talk about
Same.
that.
Same. Yeah. So it costs nothing for you to come. It's completely free. It's amazing that we're doing this for free. So
And
we're
it's
doing it.
kid friendly, like,
Yes.
right? It's kid
Yes.
friendly. So if you want to bring your kids, bring your kids.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's only 2 hours. So
Yeah.
it's not like it's a big, long thing. You don't have to be there the whole time. You can be there as long as you want to. Free to come, free food, um, free drinks. Don't go crazy. I mean, remember what the event is for. But
Well, I wasn't talking about alcoholic
I
drinks. I
mean,
didn't
who
know what that
knows?
was.
Who knows? Manufacturers like that too. So
They do. I think one time will be okay if we don't.
it's possible. Um, but I think that's important, right? And that to be said, if you want to make a donation, there is it a Caring Bridge site? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
There's a Caring Bridge site that's set up. That is not going through us. We have nothing to do with that. Any dollar amount that is given will be going directly to the family through Caring Bridge.
Mhm.
Tony and Megan and Jenna and TMA are not taking any of those funds. They
No.
will all be going directly to the family for whatever it is that they need, whether that's medical bills, whether that's housing bills, whatever they deem necessary. That's what that money goes towards. They set that up themselves. That's not our thing. So what we want is we want people to come out and be part of the event. And if you feel moved to give, then give something. If you don't, then don't. Give your time, give your prayer, give your thoughts, give your person, your body, and come be part of what that's going to look like. So we have some friends that are going to be doing some some music. We've got some people that we would like to have come and speak and talk. And we'll have the camera set up and we'll allow people to sit down and give messages and thoughts. If Brian and the family are available, we would love to have them jump on the same way that you are, and we'll have some thoughts that everybody can hear and participate in. And so really it's going to be a day that is a manufacturing event that is like on any other manufacturing event, because it's not about manufacturing. It's about recognizing that we're made for more.
Yes. I love it. I'm excited.
Yeah,
And even if you're not in manufacturing, come join us because
absolutely.
the more the merrier is what I like to believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. And really, you and I talked about like we want to jump on and do this, just talk about this today, not
Yeah.
the manufacturing side of things, because that'll be here for
Yeah.
forever.
Well, and I think LinkedIn posts, you can only get so much from a post with text in it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we hopped on here because, I think people can see the sincerity of it with us on here. And even with Jenna, like I just met her through you and she's fabulous. She's amazing. So it's again, it's just amazing how much this story has touched people, even people that have not met Brian or are not
Yeah.
on LinkedIn or are not even in manufacturing. Like the story is getting shared from those who are directly connected with Brian they're sharing it to all of their circles. So it's even reached beyond the social media platform. And I think that's what's really exciting about this. And then, we've already got a couple of responses of people coming and wanting to show up or help in any way. And yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait
And I've
to
heard a
be
lot of
there.
people asking, like, so this is going to be live streamed, right? I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be live streamed. Uh, so yeah, no pressure, but we will figure that out. Like, we'll go do a sample, we'll do a demo of it to make sure that everything works, and go in the space and do all those
Yeah.
things, and make sure that it all is good. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, I think that this is easily the thing in my life that I'm most excited about right now.
Me too. Well, my boys have hockey, so I'm kind of excited about that too.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited for the prayer breakfast. That's going to be a good time. It's always a good
Yeah.
time.
Talk about this.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this will definitely come up, because they've made the mistake of giving me a microphone. So like, like with the wedding singer, I get to say whatever I want, and you can't stop me.
That's
So
cool.
I suppose they could shut the microphone off, but I don't think they'll
Yeah,
do that.
they shouldn't, but if they do,
I don't think
you
they
could
will.
always you could always put the microphone down and see. It's funny because people are like, "Oh, just turn the microphone off," and I'm like, "No, I can still yell. Like I can still be heard. I have a very loud voice."
So they did that to me. We were at MDNM West. No, we were at Med Device Boston. When I was out at Med Device Boston, I was the panel moderator for a discussion,
Okay.
and they didn't tell me that there was something after us. They just gave me the time,
Oh.
and so the conversation went really, really well. Like, everybody was participating. There were no low spots. There were questions from the audience, and so we were
Mhm.
answering all the questions, and nobody was like, "Let's go, like, wrap it up." And so I just kept going, because, like, give the people what they want. They got questions. Let's keep answering
Yeah.
the questions. And so, like, there was a question that came up, and I noticed that the clock in front of me shut off, and like a question came in, and I went to I went to say something, and I couldn't hear, like, I knew it wasn't on, and I was like, I just looked at the back of the house. I was like, so I put the microphone down and I just yelled. I was like, "You can't stop me. I'm loud enough. I'll just keep talking."
That's hilarious. They
And
cut you off.
yeah, they tried to. And then I talked to the people at Informa, and they were like, "We were so upset about that. Not that you did that, but that they cut you off. Like, we'll tell you when to stop it. It's fine. Like, don't do
Yeah.
that." And but I was like, "Come on, listen. Nobody has ever told me that I'm too quiet. We'll get through this. It'll be fine."
Yeah. I'm the one that is very loud. I was at an event recently, or no, it was last year. I think it was one of Chris's events, and he was going to do a live podcast from uh, the networking event that he was doing, and everybody was engaged in conversation. And he got up there and he was trying to quiet the room down. So I did an old teacher move. I was like, "If you can hear me, clap once. If you
Yes.
can hear me, clap twice."
Yes.
And it worked. I was like, "Wow, this really, really worked." Because I just remember chaperoning one of my son's things, and that's what his teacher did, and it worked. And I was like, "I'm going to try that in the adult world. I'm sure it'll come out." And it worked. So,
Well, people like to follow, right? So they hear somebody clapping, like, what are we clapping for? And then before you know it, everybody's clapping, and you're like,
yeah.
all right, this works. I use that every
Yeah.
Wednesday night. It's amazing.
So, I don't know if you see the chat, but Brian's saying thank you all for doing this for us. So I
Yes.
just wanted to highlight that he is grateful for everything. And I
Yeah.
can't see oh, it's above. Your system is a lot cooler than mine because it looks like a comic book.
I
Sorry,
know.
I just
I changed the font to be able to use that. Isn't that fun?
I like that because I was looking at his name and thinking there's going to be text after his name. I didn't realize it was above his name.
Yeah, you can do
And so,
different things with it.
yeah, and then I was like, "Oh, that looks like a comic book."
Yeah,
How appropriate. That's
I
amazing.
know. It's almost like I have an idea about what I'm doing. It's
I like it.
fantastic.
I
Restream.
know.
I really like Restream. People, if you're thinking about starting a podcast, look at Restream. It's really, really easy.
I do
And
StreamYard.
I've never used it.
It's pretty similar.
I found this one and I was like, it's easy. I like it. It's affordable.
Yeah.
It does what I need it to do. So it's great.
So, well, I don't know if anybody in the audience has any questions or.
I don't either. It might just be Brian because, listen.
That's okay. But
either way is great. I'm glad that anybody's here and listening to what we have to say. But what else is going on in your life? Anything good?
Who, me?
Yeah.
My boys have conferences today and hockey, so that's my plans for the rest of the day. But I'm just planning out 2026. I'm hoping to launch a new project next year called Mavens on the Move. So hopefully you'll be hearing more about that. But I'm just really into trying to perfect, even though I know that's not a thing, my craft of storytelling, because I feel like we need more of it in manufacturing. Yeah. And I think that's why I'm really excited about this event, because it is proof of like how powerful storytelling can be. So yeah, I'm just really trying to take the work that fills my cup so that I don't have to take too much on and miss out on my kids. So I'm trying to find that healthy balance of working and being a mom, because that's what I do. I'm a mom.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the topic? Chad Root says, what's the topic today? The topic is being made for more and doing more with what you've been given, and being able to get outside of yourself and give to other people, whether that's in manufacturing, in work, in life. Stop thinking about yourself so much, right? That's what we talked about. Yeah, but that's great. So Mavens on the Move, is that you touring the country doing your thing?
I'm hoping.
Nice.
Yeah. So eventually what it's going to be is like 12 episodes, and then I'm going to have a book after. So each episode is going to be a chapter within that book to help kind of elongate the storytelling. Because right now, recently, people do the videos and within 15 minutes, they're forgotten.
Sure.
That's my opinion. So I'm trying to make these last a little bit longer and give them a lifetime of shelf life instead of just 15 minutes. So
yeah,
we'll see if it works.
So same idea. Are you ready to share stuff about this? That you're going out talking to people about what?
So what my goal is to have 12 women, so one for each month.
Yep.
And I don't want to just share their manufacturing story. I want to share how they're impacting their community as well. So it's going to basically be like a documentary series. And it's getting into all of those connection points that we don't necessarily see in manufacturing. Like there's a lot of great companies out there that give back to their communities, whether that's through education, donations, civic, like they do a good job, but they make it as part of their strategy, as their business plan. So I just feel like with all of the crisis that we're seeing in manufacturing with the workforce gaps, like how do we get people excited about something they may not even know about? And how do we get younger women excited about it? So when I went to the WIM Summit, one of the things that kept coming up is seeing is believing. And, women can't move up in this industry if we don't share our stories or share the stories of the other women that we work with. So I want to show that impact. Like if this woman specifically wasn't in manufacturing today, this is what would be missing from that equation. So I'm going to be bringing in more of the community story, more individuals who work with that person into the story. And then I'm going to get basically how they got involved and how it led to them where they are today and how that's impacting everything on a whole.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. So are you taking applications for people to be part of this Mavens on the Move? Or are you already booked out?
I have a couple guests in mind, but right now what I'm trying to do is see if I can get the funding for it. So
Mm,
I'm looking for partnerships and sponsorships, whether that's, offering some sort of like facility help or, location help or production help or marketing help. Like there's other ways to collaborate than just being a sponsor, but
sure.
sponsors are going to be greatly appreciated because it is going to take money to
Yeah,
do this. So I don't know. I just feel like a lot of businesses are investing in marketing brands that only make them memorable for that 15 minutes and not memorable for a lifetime. And I have the gift of gab and I'm a great storyteller and like I just feel like I'm a great connector as well. And I always am trying to figure out with everybody that I talk to who are 10 people I can introduce this person to, whether that's to help them or them to help the people I want to introduce them to. So I just feel like with me, your story is going to last longer because I'm always going to remember it and talk about it and make sure I'm pushing you to even make your mark bolder.
sure, sure. It's almost like you were made for more.
Yes.
Almost like that's a thing.
Yeah.
But
It's a
I think
thing.
it's really important. You know, I've told you before, I'm a big fan of women in manufacturing. I think women make this much more fun. And
Mhm.
some of my favorite people are women in manufacturing. Um, and it's great.
Yeah.
It's great for the industry as a whole.
Mhm.
Um, because we are all made differently. Like men are different than women, and
Mhm.
we have equality, right? We're both equal, but we each have different skill sets, and we need
Mhm.
to bring those things to the table in whatever it is that we're doing.
Mhm. I think women are very good at community building and bridging relationships together. Um, so I that's why I want to focus on the community part because we're always thinking about who can we bring to this table to help elevate, what we're doing or who do we need to bring to this table to really help them be more successful kind of thing. But I just think it's in women's nature to be more community focused and relationship focused because we are in charge of the family basically like with kids and stuff we got to make sure everybody is where they're supposed to be, they're meeting their doctor's appointments and stuff like that's what we're naturally good at. I'm probably
I
offending a lot of people by saying that, but
uh,
it's just my opinion.
I think if you're a man and you're offended by that, you're a liar, because because I don't know many men that are great with calendars and organization and data points. John Massart, our sales guy, he's good with calendars. He knows
Yeah.
when he's on the road and when he's traveling and what's going on. I am the worst ever at calendars and all the things.
You're hilarious because when you brought this idea to me, and you mentioned this earlier before, you're like, okay, this is my idea. And I'm like, okay, what do you need me to do? And you're like, I don't know. And it's funny because then you brought Jenna on and she's kind of like me where she needs that organization. So it was funny to be like, yeah, let's host this event.
Yeah.
You're like, here you go. See you later.
I mean, kind of.
I'll check in with you from time to time to see if you got everything
So
you
here's the
need.
thing. My skill set is I'm an ideas guy.
Yeah.
I am not a details person. So I get this idea that pops in my brain. I'm like, okay, this would be cool if we could do this. How do we do this? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how to do this. I know that God has surrounded me with people that are very gifted in organization and keeping me on track and doing those things. I will tap into them and I'll reach out and say, "Hey, you guys interested in helping me with this thing?" And when you go, "What do you need us to do?" I'll go, "I don't know. I don't know."
But I do like the fact that we gave you a to-do list and you actually did the
My
to-do
to-dos
list.
are basically done. Yeah.
Yeah. It was cool. You got the facility, you got the date and time, and
Yep.
then the graphics. So
Yep.
yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. And we got our worship singers. We got to get people that are going to speak. That's the next thing we probably got to work on.
Okay. I think I know a couple people.
Yeah, we talked about that briefly, but
Yeah.
um, but anyways, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Uh, and why is it going to be amazing? Because we're not doing it for ourselves, right?
Mm-mm.
There's no personal gain here. So, so of course it's going to be good. It's like every year we have our golf outing, and every year it's beautiful. And every year somebody comes up to me and they go, "Man, don't you get nervous having this golf outing? Like, what if there's bad weather?" I'm like, "There's not going to be bad weather." Like, what do you mean? How do you know there's not going to be bad weather? And my answer is always the same. When you do God's work, He allows you to do His work. And so I know that this event is going to be a success because we're not doing it for us. We're doing
Mhm.
it for Jake and Brian and Warren, Jake and Brian Warren and Marsha and Bree. And we're doing it to glorify God and all the things that he's doing in Jake and through Jake and that whole healing process. So it can't help but be a success. And all we need is for people to come out and be part of that. We are putting together an event and we need you to come be part of that.
Yes, please.
It's really that easy.
I really just can't get enough of that picture in the corner with Jake smiling. I really can't.
It's adorable, isn't it?
Like if you sat next to me every time I read one of Brian's posts, I don't know if you'd like laugh at me a little bit. I like there's been times where I've been sobbing at my computer after reading his post, and then I see the pictures of Jake just smiling, and I'm like, man,
Yeah.
the stuff that kid goes through at just 4 years old, it and he's still smiling.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. Like it's really, yeah, it's empowering to just, I don't have bad days. Like I don't. I shouldn't. Uh, you know.
Right.
So,
Right.
I mean, I do, but they're easier to get over when I'm like, it's not this bad.
Right.
Not this bad.
It's when we put
So,
it into perspective, right?
yeah.
Is what you're talking about, right? We
Yeah.
all have what we call a bad day, but we're not. Most of us are not experiencing what Jake and the family are experiencing. Some of us are,
Yeah.
but most of us are not. Most of us, our bad day is like, we went to go have a bowl of cereal and we're out of milk. Like
Just eat the cereal.
that's just bad planning. That's not a bad day. That's bad planning. Right. Or, you're stuck in traffic because they're doing road work. Oh, well, boo hoo. Like that's not a bad day. Get over it.
I always appreciate the people that honk at me in those situations because it's like, where am I going to go? I
Right. What do
can't.
you want me to do?
I'll honk back at you. All right. Let's play a song with our horns.
What are you in such a hurry for?
Yeah. Like, yeah.
I was talking to a friend of mine and we were talking about, a little bit of road rage and, not liking when people are going too slow in front of you or whatever that looks like. And I told him, I said, how I got over that? I just spent time with Grace. Grace, my daughter, she just got her license. And we spent a lot of time behind the wheel together.
Mhm.
And I was not going to put one of those stupid stickers on the back of my car. I wasn't going to do it. Like, student driver on board,
Oh,
be patient. Like,
no.
I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. And my instruction to her was like, babe, just be comfortable. Go the speed that you need to go. Like, I don't care. And if somebody gets mad, I'll wave to them. It's fine. But I need you to drive and I need you to be comfortable and I need you to go the speed that you're going to go. And like, we're not going to be ignorant, right? Like if it's 50, we're not going to go 20, but you don't have to
Right.
step on it. We're going to do what we're going to do. And we're not going to do that until we're prepared to do that. And so, they're going to have a kid driving pretty soon. I was like, just think that person that you're mad at, that's your kid learning how to drive.
Yeah. I like that perspective.
And they're like, oh. But it's true, right? Like
It is. Yeah.
what are you in such a hurry for? To get to Jewel? To go to Menards? Like what do you
Yeah.
if it's that bad, call an ambulance, right? And then and then people will get out of the way. But you're already
Yeah.
late for the meeting. It's fine. It's fine.
Mhm. My daughter almost got her license suspended because she was always in such a hurry to get from point A to point B. And I told her, I was like, you haven't even got past the probationary license and you're at risk of losing that because of the amount of stop signs you ran through and how fast you're going and 25 mile per hour zones. Like, well, can't I just pay for it to get it back? I'm like, you might go to jail because you're continually breaking the law, but I mean, sure. Like, what
Or
do you,
or you could just save yourself some money and obey the law.
yeah. She started slowing down when she got in a wreck.
Oh.
She got T-boned she was trying to beat a yellow
Ah.
arrow and she got T-boned and I went to go pick her up. She thought I was gonna yell at her and be mad at her and scream and all that other stuff. And I'm like, I'm glad you're okay and you're alive. Like, I don't care about my car.
Yeah.
I got insurance for a reason. And it was scary because the car was like, she got hit by a Suburban.
Oh.
And the driver of that car was a teenager. So like the parents of each driver, we were just like, "Are you okay? Is your kid like?" So it was just kind of interesting to see that perspective change
Yeah.
because I, before kids, I would probably been madder than heck and like ticked off and saying words I shouldn't say. But with my kid in the car and then seeing that the other was a kid and they were both okay, like, yeah, it's crazy.
Well, and it's a different life perspective too, right?
Yeah.
And we're supposed to learn and grow and have a different perspective than our teenage children. If we're, for me, if I'm 47 years old and I have the same perspective of life as my 19-year-old son or my 16-year-old daughter, then I messed up. Like either I messed up or I did a really, really good job and they have a very adult perspective on things.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't hang out with you. Red flag. No, no thanks.
That's hurtful.
I have boundaries. What type of people?
Limiting it to the smallest amount of stupidity. But that's good.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So, Megan, you got to get out of here. What is
I
your final message to people about the event?
If you can attend, please. If not in person, live, we're going to try to have that available to you. But even if you can't attend live or in person, just follow Brian's story and try to do one good deed every single day. It's amazing how mood shift and energy changes when you compliment someone or offer help to someone or just pay it forward. Like it's really interesting to see that energy shift and change and mood and it's been proven that if you do a good deed to someone and it affects them, they're going to do it to someone and it keeps going. So
yeah, and here's a story for that real quick. We were at a youth group. Well, here, I'll just go back. We were at Walmart or Target the other day, and there was a girl that recently graduated from high school, and she saw Kelly and I at the checkout, and we said hi, and she stopped and she said, "When we were on that youth retreat, you gave me the only compliment that I got my entire high school life."
oh.
And I was like, "I did what? What did I do?" And she said that you love that. My friend and I were in front of you because it made it made it so people couldn't hear you. And that was a compliment, right? Like I was saying that they had a good voice and that stayed with her. And so, going off of what you're saying, don't rob people the blessings that you can give them just because you're too shy or don't think that they're going to care. It may be the only thing nice that they hear. It may be the only nice thing that somebody does for them or has done for them in a long time. So, great takeaway, right? Like if you're feeling a prompting, do the prompting. Don't hold that to yourself or rob somebody the opportunity to say something nice.
Yeah.
Feel good. Get out of your own way and think about other people. So, all right, you got to get out of here. It was awesome talking with you.
You too.
Go do what you got to do.
I will. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.
See ya. Bye. All right, that's Megan. I love Megan. She is always 100% genuine and authentic in who she is. And she really does care about the industry and care about people. And it just comes through in everything that she does. So if you're not following her, you should go follow her. She's doing a great job. She's really, really passionate about women in manufacturing and what that looks like, and really just a genuine person. So, yeah, I hope to see people at the TMA prayer breakfast on November 7th, 7:45 a.m. at Judson University. Just go to the TMA website and go to the events page, and you can register for that. It's going to be a good time. It's always a good time. It's the 49th time they've done this, which just tells you that it has longevity, and it's going to be great. And the food is good, and the people are great, and it's going to be a really good time. So go sign up for that. And listen, we're made for more. You are made for more, right? You are not made to you're not created to make widgets and parts. You're created to make a difference and to do more. So join us on November 20th at the TMA building, where we are going to be celebrating Jake's life and what is going on. We're going to do that. And it's going to be a really good time. So thank you all for watching and listening today. Thank you for being with us. I look forward to seeing you all at those two events, whether it's live or in person. And until then, take care and God bless.